So unemployment's coming down no faster here. This is the Scandinavian average, again looking at IMF data, no faster here than it's coming down in Germany, indeed somewhat slower, no faster, not much different at any event from the United States. And the youth unemployment problem, about which every politician in Europe loves to give speeches, is a problem here too. This is from the International Labour Organization, looking at youth unemployment, and one can see that the latest 2012 data from the ILO puts Sweden relatively high and above the EU average. By the way, these numbers are highly unreliable. And when anybody says to you that youth unemployment in Southern Europe is 50%, could you just say, come on? Because it's a completely meaningless statistic, that, actually. Great in speeches, but deeply misleading. The really important measure is NEET, not in any education, employment or training, and the NEET rates for the Eurozone are horrendous, but they're the numbers that we should use. I'm not sure exactly your NEET at the moment, but I think somebody said to me last night that it was in the region of 10%. Correct me if I'm wrong. Perhaps I will be corrected in the next session. But this is what you need to worry about. It's not the youth unemployment rate that is the Scandinavian problem. It's the non-native or foreign-born unemployment rate. This is the most horrible chart in Scandinavia. This is the thing that your politicians should be discussing every day here. Why is it that in Norway, in Sweden, in Denmark, in Finland, the unemployment rate for foreign-born workers is more than twice the unemployment rate for native-born workers? And in the case of the most extreme Norway, it's almost 3 times. Why? Because this is not the case in the United States of America. In the United States of America, this is basically the same. There is a fundamental problem that you are not grappling with. And it is the failure of economic integration, and one might also say cultural assimilation of immigrants. This is the Scandinavian model, not so pretty. And in my view, this is the serpent in your paradise. This is the problem that makes the Scandinavian model look a lot less sexy. The welfare state that you created and then reformed, as I've said already, is admired on both the left and the right in the English-speaking world. But a welfare state that cannot integrate and assimilate newcomers is not a stable or enviable model. And this seems to me to be the biggest challenge that Sweden faces, and you had a wake-up call in the suburbs of Stockholm.
There's a problem, and it is a really serious problem that needs to get talked about. And that's the failure of Sweden's system to integrate and assimilate the immigrant population. The unemployment rate for non-native-born, for foreign-born workers in this country is nearly 2.5 times the unemployment rate for native-born Swedes. And that is a really serious social problem, the consequences of which could be extremely grave for the social stability of this country.